Hi. Uh, in this chapter, I want to talk about the GPU Baker that I'm using so far in this scene. So the standard Lightmap Baker for Unreal, I think it's very slow and it doesn't give the best results because you get a lot of seams and stuff, but it works fine for most cases. Like you're completely fine with the standard Baker. But for this environment and for my most recent scenes, I'm really enjoying to use the GPU Baker that was created by Lu Shuang, I think. I don't know how to say his name. So right now, if you're using Unreal, there are two options for the GPU Baker. There's the official one, which you can just read about it. I don't have experience with this Baker yet because it requires a RTX web card, which I don't have. But if you Google Unreal for GPU Baker, you find this one, Luo Shuang. And so this is a third-party GPU Baker that works amazingly well. Here's a nice example of the difference between the GPU Baker and the CPU Baker. So you can see the GPU Baker just looks seamless, and it catches a lot more indirect information than the CPU Baker. Yeah, that's better. It's easier to see here. So yeah, with the CPU Baker, you get these seams every now and then. So I'm not gonna go in depth into the GPU Baker. I'm just going to show you how to install and how to use it. So I have to say I had a few problems with the GPU Baker. I had to do some reading. Like sometimes my lighting wasn't baking and the ambient was looking black. So it's not guaranteed that it works 100%. So try it and see if it works for you. Otherwise, just stick to the CPU Baker. I can't give support to this because it's a third-party tool, and it has a few problems here and there, but overall, I like it much better. And also, the bake times it doesn't even compare. Like this one, I'm baking in 2 minutes, the whole map, and with the original CPU Baker, it would take 15 minutes maybe. Okay, so to install it, you need to look for the version that's specific to your Unreal. Mine is 4.25.4. So that's where you see it. So let's go here. 4.25.4. Let's search in this thread. I'll pause until I find the post. Okay, so that's how it looks like. So GPU Lightmaps, and the posts are from this person, Pax Invictus. So you download these binaries, and the thing is, after you download those files, you go to your Unreal installation folder, not your project, the place where the engine is installed. So for me, it's here. And if you open the package for the GPU Baker, you see that it overrides the engine folder. So it overrides binaries and config. So before you do this, I would recommend to go to engine and grab your binaries and config folders and just save them to a backup folder. Just in case you want to go back to the CPU Baker. So if you have problems with the GPU Baker and you want to go back, you just come here and you just drag and drop these guys here. So if you want to install, you just drag and drop. You're gonna override those files. And so you see that if you installed correctly, once you bake, the screen's gonna look a little bit different. So if you installed correctly, you're going to see this screen here. And I'll just let it finish now, and then I'll come back. Okay, so here's the result of this bake. So as you can see, it feels very uniform. I'm having some problems here and there, which I'm going to investigate later what's happening. But it doesn't look like these are problems with light maps. It looks like it's a problem with the shadow map. But that's something that I'm going to investigate later. But as you can see, this is a very... It's a preview bake. So it looks very noisy, but it's perfect to work on the map and to visualize your work. I wonder if, let me just check real quick the light map resolution for this building here. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I have a 64 light map resolution. That's why it's so broken. So I'll try a 256, should be good for a building like this. And with the light map resolution, you don't want to go too crazy because it eats up a lot of texture memory. So try to get the least you can, the smaller you can for the details you're looking for. But that's a pass that I'm going to do in the end when it's time to polish this. So when you're using the GPU Baker, you see that if you change the lighting quality here, nothing changes. And the way to change the quality is a little bit different. You have to go to the engine folder, config, and then go to base light mask. And then you scroll all the way down to the bottom. And here you see the primary and the secondary GI samples. So that's what you want to increase to increase the quality. You can try, like for a final bake, I would use a 256 by 128, but you can go higher if you want to leave the map baking overnight. But then when you increase the resolution, this noise won't be there. This will be fixed. So yeah, that's the basics of the GPU Baker. If you don't have an RTX card, I would recommend checking this out because it saves a lot of time and it gives much better results in my opinion. And another, before I finish this video, there's another setting here that's important, is the Firefly clamping threshold. I'm just using the standard one for now, I think it's 1000. But I had some other problems in another scene where I was getting some splotches. And that setting, like changing that setting, helped me get better results. So in the next chapter, I'm just going to restart the lighting and set it up properly from the beginning.